Starting the auction off at $1 for 1 minute, like we always do.
This is one of our favorite covers, and you got it.
A little bit of that, what y'all been looking for, right? A little bit of that, what y'all been looking for, right?
Brett Booth is doing the interior work on this.
He'll be issue number 1. I've got a handful of people, okay. But he moving forward. Brett is the regular artist on the book. Yes.
So people are going to know him from things like X-Men. He did Fantastic Four, JLA, Teen Titans, Nightwing. Wildstorm, teaming up with Jim Lee.
Look! I'll make it easier on you. He did 5 pages of Gunslinger in New Universe, and he did 5 pages of Gunslinger in King Spawn. So take a look at those. There's 10 pages prequel, if you will, to show you what Brett's capable of. If you like those pages, you're going to love this book. If you don't like those pages, maybe it might not be your cup of tea. But it wasn't an accident. I held off. I mean, I knew Brett was going to be the monthly guy for a long time. I held off saying that officially, but I was essentially saying it out loud because I kept putting 5 pages of his artwork out there just to get people pumped up for it.
Is there any chance that Gunslinger may go back too far in time? I mean, I know that Brett is a paleo artist. He draws dinosaurs for publications across the country. We're going to see Spawn go up against some dinosaurs, is what I'm asking.
The answer is yes. Just wait. There's a 2-page spread in issue number 1. You should see it. It's the coolest.
Oh, I was not expecting that answer. Comic fam, hit the subscribe. That's why we're here. We're talking expensive paper. We're talking comic books. Okay.
So look at. Whenever I bring on a new artist, I make the same offer to him. Hey, you know what? Come on. I'll make it as fun as I can for you. Tell me what you like to draw, and I'll see if I can squeeze it in. There's nothing you can say that I can't figure out. And so, if somebody says to me they like giraffes and kites, I don't know, let's make 2 silly things up. Then somewhere along the line, it doesn't alter what my stories are, because the stories are still going to be good guy versus bad guy. These 2 guys are going to clash. Here's the reasons why. Here's the motivations. Oh, during that fight, somebody slugs somebody and they go flying up in the air 100 million feet, and then they come down and they crash. And where do they crash? They crash in the zoo. Oh, and they fight and they fight. Next thing you know, they're in the giraffe pen, right? I don't give a shit where they're fighting, right? If my artist likes to draw giraffes, I'll figure out how to get them to giraffes, right? Or I'll put them in a toy store. They're punched and they're in the department store and they end up by all the stuffed toys and there happen to be a bunch of giraffes. Or I'll take them to a gas station or grocery store or whatever, and it's the giraffe store or whatever. The logo is a giraffe instead of a horse, like the Mustang, Ford Mustang. Like, come on. There's lots of ways to get to whatever it is that anybody wants. And what do I care? What do I care where they're fighting each other? So for Brett, when I asked him, and oh, by the way, when they're fighting, then in the souvenir shop, that's where they keep all the kites for all the kids with all the animals on them, and a couple of them actually even have giraffes on the kite. So bammo, I can do both. When I asked Brett, he said, without hesitation, it was funny because my other artists are sometimes shy. He went, I like dinosaurs. Well, we'll give you dinosaurs then. So there's, as a matter of fact, if I got one criticism for Brett, and he knows this criticism, he draws too much, right? I'm like, where am I supposed to put word balloons? Like, at some point, you gotta understand you're not playing golf and tennis. This is fucking basketball. There's 5 of us on the court. There's a writer, a penciler, an inker, a letter, and the colorist. Like, you keep thinking you're playing golf, and you're one-on-one. Like, come on, man. But I said, hey, this is easy. The bad guy has a clandestine meeting. He can be in in a mansion. He can be in a parking lot like Deep Throat. He can be at the top of a skyscraper, or he can be, because he's a rich guy, he owns a museum. What kind of museum does he own? He owns a dinosaur museum. Okay, what do I care what kind of museum he owns? Brett cares because I said, okay, bad guy talking to a couple other guys, clandestine meeting, give me some room so they can basically talk about their whisper campaign, and then draw whatever kind of dinosaurs. Are you out of your mind? Like, it was like, he drew so many damn dinosaurs. I couldn't even, I had to cover some of them up. It's like, I got to put a caption and a couple word balloons. I'm going to have to cover some of them up. And then we were talking and said, hey, well, we should create a new villain. And then it's like, hey, there's the rhino, and he's kind of like a dinosaur dude. Let's come up with our rhino. But it'd be a dinosaur dude. Cool. And I was thinking he'd come up with like a big, hulking, awesome T-Rex guy or whatever. No, because he's Brett and he's way too smart and he knows everything about dinosaurs. He made it a female, which I thought actually in hindsight was a pretty clever move because, women have a tendency to, I think, sort of kill you with 1,000 cuts, right? Where guys go, I'm going to lop your head off. So that's the rhino. So we actually almost did the opposite of the rhino. And her name is Dakota, because I guess there was a new dinosaur that was discovered recently in I think, South Dakota. And he knew the name and whatever else. So, yeah, don't worry about it. You're gonna, if you like dinosaurs, you'll see them from time to time. And think about the bad guy says, hey, I'm gonna take the good guy and then I'm gonna drug him. I'm gonna OD him. And then the hero goes on some acid trip. Okay. Well, if they now happen to think that they're 20 million years in the past and they're somehow fighting dinosaurs, okay, it's not real, it's all in his head, but Brett gets to draw some more dinosaurs, cool, right? And so a happy artist usually hangs around longer. And my job is to, when you find these good artists, you make them as happy as you can.
Exciting things. Dinosaurs coming to the pages. Some of my favorite things you chat about is the creative process with the different talent you work with.
Can I go back on dinosaurs one more thing?
Please.
Let's just exhaust dinosaur. Gunslinger, like people going, Gunslinger dinosaur doesn't make any sense. Gunslinger been fighting demons, right? Gunslinger is an uneducated cowboy from 200 years ago. He doesn't know what a dinosaur is, never read a damn book in his life, right? So what does he think that they are? Of course, they look like demons to him. They look like creatures. He's been fighting creatures his whole life, right? So to him, he can't discern the difference between them, right? And people may go, Todd, why are you putting so many dinosaurs in it? I'm not. I'm over talking it. But it's like, okay, if I called them demons, you wouldn't care one iota. And the demons and the dinosaurs don't really look much different, right? Take a look at a dinosaur and take a look at Violator and tell me that minus a couple of horns or something, those two couldn't pass for cousins, right? So come on. Anyway.
Dinosaurs are demons. Oh, I like that.